Welcome back. Today we are stepping inside the courtroom of Judge Anceloni to deal with a question that keeps coming up in these cases. What happens when someone clinging to sovereign citizen theories is confronted with a crime that has a real, identifiable victim? The short answer is simple. The arguments collapse, the paperwork does nothing, and the consequences become very real. In this case, the defendant is staring down the kind of sentence that changes a life permanently.
I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to 25 years in prison. Mr. Musgrove, you want to come up to the podium, please. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brian Joseph Musgrove, file number 23-21461FH. I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people, and I have Michael Dagger Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Musgrove. Mr. Dagger Margosian might, oh, there he is. So, Mr. Dagger Margosian, this is a date and time set for pre-trial in this matter. Mr. Musgrove said that he was appearing on his own behalf. I did verify he is not an attorney, and you are still the attorney of record. So, Mr. Dagger Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, I am aware that Mr. Musgrove wants to present information to the court. I'm happy to be standby counsel if he wants to represent himself. Obviously, this court would have to go through the colloquy of that, but obviously it's Mr. Musgrove's legal right to at least ask the court to do that. So I'm here to observe at this point.
All right. So, Mr. Musgrove, when you were at the bench or up at the podium before, you said that you were appearing on behalf of yourself. So, Mr. Musgrove, are you asking to no longer have counsel represent you?
Well, what I'm understanding is that the courts is a private for-profit.
So, Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. Of course,
none of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you.
You can see it almost immediately. The recycled slogans, the scripted phrases, the insistence on technical magic words. None of it lands. The court is not impressed, distracted, or confused. This judge moves straight to substance and shows zero tolerance for theatrics. When someone walks in expecting the court to play along with fantasy, they quickly learn this courtroom runs on law, not volume or formatting.
So,
I tried to file paperwork with the clerk's office ahead of time so that you would have time to review it, and they denied me.
I know what you're talking about. None of that is valid under the law of the state of Michigan or the Constitution of the United States of America.
What do you mean it is?
No.
The Supreme Court says it is.
What does it say it is?
The Supreme Court says that if we were at the age of 18, we were supposed to claim our minor status.
Nope, not valid.
Okay.
So here's what I would say to you. Mr. Dagger Margosian is, like most of our public defenders, exceptional attorneys and very well versed in the law and very experienced. He gives legal advice. You may not like the legal advice, but it's usually good advice. I've never had anyone from the public defender's office not wholeheartedly try to represent their clients. So what you are talking about is not valid, and it is not going to get you out of this case. You're not going to be able to say all those things because it's not valid.
Everyone involved in this court case has a financial interest in the case.
I don't have a financial interest in your case. I get paid by the state of Michigan, whether you plead, whether it gets dismissed. I don't make any money off you.
At the core of this case, there is only one person with a personal stake in the outcome, and that is the defendant. The court is not profiting. The system is not bargaining. The math is brutally straightforward. A conviction means years, possibly decades, behind bars. And it turns out it is extremely difficult to earn a living or argue legal theory from inside a prison cell.
We have budgets. The court system is not a profit-generating revenue. We are here to represent people so that people who are charged with crimes are protected, people who are victims of crimes are protected, And that's why we have
But in
all
order
these.
for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. There is no.
Well, there is a victim in this case
The victim
because
would be the company. And the
you are
company,
charged.
I can't face the
Actually,
company.
just hold on. So your crime that you are charged with, which you are innocent as of this time, let me grab the right file, is failure. Oh, this is let me see. This is an embezzlement charge. So you are charged in count one with embezzlement 50,000 or more, but less than 100,000. That being an agent, servant, or employee of Hardwoods of Michigan Industries did convert to your own use without the consent of your employer or principal industrial tools and equipment in the amount of $68,938.40 or money or equipment. And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years.
The judge then brings the focus back where it belongs. Certain offenses are not abstract or victimless. Crimes like embezzlement leave clear financial harm in their wake. Someone loses money. Someone is damaged. That reality strips away the usual talking points and forces the case into plain view. The law recognizes victims, whether the defendant wants to acknowledge them or not.
You're charged in count two with using a computer to commit a crime. To facilitate the charge in count one, that carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison. And the way the statute's set up, I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to 25 years in prison. So the victim that's alleged in this would be that business.
Right, and I can't face that accuser because that business can't get on the stand for me to ask questions, and a third party.
But their
can't stand
representative
it.
can. Yes, they can. Yes,
They
they
can?
can. Yes, they can.
This is where the lesson broadens. People often form companies, set up limited liability structures, and enjoy the benefits when things go well. But when lawsuits appear, they suddenly want to pretend the entity does not exist. The judge makes it clear. A corporation is a separate legal person. That separation comes with rules, including the requirement of proper legal representation. Ignorance of that fact does not excuse it, and arguing otherwise only deepens the hole.
So I have 189,000 of student loan debt that was forgiven to be a lawyer. You do not. And Mr. Dagger Margosian, Mr. Isaac Sneed, all of the attorneys here went to law school to know the law, and their job is to advise you of the law. So
Yeah,
yes, they
they're
can. Yes,
They're
you
going
can
by
be charged.
everything,
You
all the
can't-
laws and statutes that you guys go by
Are
for
legal.
corporations. They're for
Still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
Still a
a fictitious
crime.
corporation, I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why you're
Okay.
standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
Yeah, the all caps name is that.
That means nothing. That's not valid. It's
Okay.
not legal.
right.
So do you want to represent yourself or do you want to have an attorney to represent you?
I need some time to think.
Okay, so I'm going to set this for another pretrial on March 20th at 8:30 in the morning. And Miss Adams, could I get a notice of hearing for Mr. Musgrove?
As the hearing ends, it is obvious this story is not finished. Another court date is already on the calendar. The defendant may claim new labels or statuses, but labels do not rewrite reality. Choices have consequences, and once you step off solid ground, gravity still applies. If you found this breakdown useful, stay engaged and follow along for the next hearing. This is Judge Talks.